All right, boys and girls, on your table, you're going to see something that looks like this. This is called a caddy. A caddy is where we keep all of our supplies nice and organized. When you are finished with your project, I need you to make sure that all of the glue sticks are turned down, the caps are clicked tight, and they're all put back in the spot where they should go. I've got glue sticks, some erasers, I've got pencils, and scissors. Scissors we need to be extra careful with because they have sharp points. I don't want any person to get hurt. So scissors get stored point side down. We don't put scissors away with the handles like this because then we have this sharp point sticking out and that could hurt somebody. So if you're using scissors, make sure to store them back point side down. So that's our caddy. Today we're going to start our getting to know you line sculptures. On your table you're going to see a menu, looks like this. Sorry you can't really see that part because of the glare. But over here you've got lots of different options. If your favorite food is pizza, you are going to be making a yellow zigzag. Let's say your first name has an E in it. My name does, so I could have a blue spiral. Let's say has a sister, pink zigzags for each sister. I don't have any sisters, so I won't be able to do that one. But I do have a pet dog named Lucy, so I could do a red arch for Lucy. So you can go through this menu with the people at your table, pick some things that describe you, and you can add it to your getting to know you line sculpture. Now, you're going to have to know how to make 3 different shapes or 3 different types of lines out of paper. The first shape you're going to have to know how to make is a zigzag. This is what a zigzag looks like when I draw it on paper. But when I'm making it out of a strip of paper, folding it, I have to fold it very carefully. I start off with just a little bit on the end, and then I fold it back over my fingers. I move my fingers out of the way, and then I fold it back over my fingers, move those out of the way, back and forth, until I've got myself a zigzag line. So when I glue down my zigzag on my paper, I'm going to be able to glue it far apart or together like this somewhere on my paper. So that's how I fold a zigzag. The second shape I'm going to have to know how to make is an arch. An arch, when I draw it, looks like that. It's kind of in that shape. Now, if I was going to make an arch out of paper, I would just kind of bend it like this, right? But if I wanted to glue it onto paper, I wouldn't really have any place to put the glue if I don't fold it at all. So how I make an arch is I give it feet. So I fold a little bit down there. I go the other side. I fold a little bit down there. So when I bend it to make my arch, now when I glue it onto my paper sculpture, I have a place to put the glue on the feet to hold it up in place just like that. That's the second one. The last shape you're going to need to know how to make is a spiral. A spiral looks kind of like a snail shell when you draw it. But when you're making a spiral out of a piece of paper, you might have to use a pencil. I take the end of my paper and I just fold it around and then I just roll it very carefully onto my pencil. Just like so. It doesn't have to be super tight. It can be kind of loose. It works either way. Roll and roll and roll. And then when I take it off, I've got myself a spiral, just like that. And when I glue it down, I can use that for my foot. Boop, just like that. Now, The base that you're going to glue all of your paper onto is going to just be a plain sheet of paper. The very first thing you do is you take a pencil and you write your name and your university. Now, my university is Edinburgh. Your university is different than that. It's a university that your teacher has told you about in your classroom. It might be UGA or Hampton or some other college. So that goes on the back. So I'm going to flip it over. Now, my paper is ready for me to glue on some of my shapes. So I'm going to add my arch. Now, I need some glue to do this. I'm going to pop off my glue top, put it right there. I might just stick the glue out just a little bit, not too much, because if I do that, it's going to get all gross. But I'm going to stick it out a little bit, and then I'm going to just tickle the feet of my arch. You can add your arch anywhere on your paper, any type of place you want to do it. So if you put the feet close together, your arch is going to be really tall. If you spread your feet out, your arch is going to be a little bit shorter. Any way you want to do it is fine. Then you're going to hold it, count to 5, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and it's staying pretty good. Okay, so you might need to add an orange spiral. You can add it anywhere on the paper. You could even, if you're getting crazy, add it onto another shape that you've already put down on your paper. Totally up to you. I'm going to put mine right on top of the arch because why not? Uh-oh. It's not staying very good. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. Aha! I just didn't count. Now, ooh, very cool, right? And then, of course, my ziggity-zag. It's kind of like an accordion. La, 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 la. I'm going to put it on my paper. Let's see. I might start a different angle, maybe like that. So I'm going to put some glue on the feet. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. And it's staying. So then here's the other foot. I find if I count to 5, that usually gets the glue sticky enough on the paper. Sometimes I have to do it twice, but 1, 2, 3, a 4, a 5. Ha-ha. So you're going to keep going, adding and adding different lines that describe you until you have created your masterpiece. Once you are finished, of course, make sure your glue gets turned all the way back down. Your cap gets put on. You should hear it click, and it goes back in your caddy, and you're ready to go.